What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Suna. Yes, I'm still sick. But this is all going on right now, and I was actually just recording another video when a dear friend of mine, Miss Erin Bees, was texting me during the filming. You're gonna see this video first before the one I just filmed, but yeah, she was texting me in the middle of filming, and she was like, you need to cover this. And I was like, but I already know everyone else is covering it. And she was just like, no. Everyone in the comments thinks that everyone should be covering this. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, you're right, I'll do it. So here we are. My voice doesn't normally sound this bad. It's just like exceptionally bad right now because I have been sick for like a week, so this should be fun. Basically, I've seen the second half of this video. I have not seen the first half where most of the controversy lies. So basically, from what I understand, Boss Lee just had like a leadership retreat in Colombia. Basically, all I've been seeing is Jessie Lee took things too far, and apparently the things that she did were so absurd that people could have straight up died. People are calling this abuse. So I guess trigger warning on that. I'm not really sure what this all entails. Buckle in for this, I guess is all I have to say. Again, I haven't seen this part of the video. All I've seen is the second part where she's actually talking mad shit about Erin Bees, who I was talking about earlier here. If you don't know who Jessie Lee is, have you been living under a rock? She's not even like a top leader in Prove It. She's just like, she calls herself the #1 network marketer in the world. She is buddies with Eric Worre, who is another just like gem of network marketing gurus. Blah. And I think she got famous off of what she calls Tubby Time, where she did a training fully clothed in her bathtub, and she went viral because who does that? Make sure that you leave all your rage-induced comments while we're watching this together. Make sure you like the video. Probably share this. From what I understand, it's very share-worthy, so let's freaking go! Watch some Boss Lee. All right.
The hardest thing someone had to go through on the Colombia trip. So I'm not going to use any names or anything, but I warned people. I warned them. I said, look, you have 90 days. No, I do not eat keto. You have 90 days to get in shape, and you need to get in shape. Okay? Because if you're going to go on a trip with me, we are going to move our freaking bodies. Okay? Like, I'm sick of people like you. Like, excellence is awesome in physical form, period. Okay? Period. I can tell how you feel about yourself because your physical state is a manifestation of what's happening on the inside. Right?
Not always.
So,
dude, there are people who are struggling with their weight and stuff because they have medical conditions. It's not because of who they're struggling with on the inside. No, I know that's not the point of this live, but that just already, 30 seconds in, I'm rubbed the wrong way.
So at any rate, I warned them. I said you should probably be in the gym every single day for the 90 days leading up to it. I would cut your diet into high protein, moderate complex carbohydrates, and drop some fat. And some people did not listen to me. Like, I gave them fair warning. I think they thought that it was just going to be vacation. And so the first day we were chilling in our flipping 12-bedroom villa. We went all around the Columbia City. We did the most. Like, it was freaking beautiful. Day 2, I tricked them even more. I got to make a whole live about this. Tricked them even more, to be totally honest. I rented a boat for the day. So we had this crazy boat day. We were out on the water. We went on some private islands. We went snorkeling, these gorgeous fish. Oh my gosh. We had great food on the boat, dance parties, like your typical I'm, in South America day, like the delicious food, the coconut water with the straight from coconuts, like all this stuff, and Sasha and me and Mateo were just laughing the whole time. And by the way, I was training every day. So masterminding. And so they were, and I set them up, I had them set up for success. Don't you worry about it. Okay. Like all kinds of coaching and stuff of that nature. It was really powerful trainings. Some of my best trainings ever, I would say. So I warned them, I said, I would prioritize some sleep tonight because they didn't know. We said, we're going to go, we're going to go on a hike tomorrow, prepare for like 2 hours. And look, I knew it wasn't 2 hours, okay? What can I say? I mean, I told him, I said, just be prepared. You bring as much water as you think you need for just, bring enough water for a full day.
Why would they bring enough water for a full day if you set them up for the expectation that it was only going to be 2 hours? Hey, here's an idea. Make sure your people have enough water.
Oh, you might get cold, so I bring a cold weather outfit. You might go swimming. It's up to you. I said, look, just prepare yourself. If you're somebody who needs some snacks, take some snacks. If you're somebody who gets hot easily, bring your bug spray if you're prone to bugs. And the smart thing to do would be ask leading questions, So one person was really smart and she went up to Sasha. She said, hey, she's so smart for this. She goes, I'm on my period. How many tampons do I need to bring? I don't even know if she was on her period. how many tampons
Why
should
would
I
you lie
bring?
about
I'm
that?
going to change my tampon every 2 hours. And she goes, would 5 be enough? And Sasha was like, no, you might want to double that. So like that was like very intelligent. This was like very, very intelligent stuff for her to ask that.
So like, was she on to you then? Like, how sketchy were you being about this for people to be like, I need to think of like a code way to figure out how long this is gonna be. I'm stuck on the idea of being like, hey, it's gonna be like 2 hours, just prepare yourself. So these people prepare themselves for a 2-hour hike. Boss Lee's up here knowing it's gonna be longer than 2 hours. So if you know that your hike is gonna take longer than 2 hours, how about let your people prepare for that? Also, oh my God, hiking while you're on your period, please. Also, for her to be like, I don't even know. She could have been lying. It's like, why the fuck would you lie about being on your period? And second of all, most of the people in this masterclass of yours are probably women, so it's likely that at least a few of them are gonna be on their period. Like, come on.
Because then she knew, oh shit, we're spending the night somewhere. So she prepared like crazy. That was Jamie Lynn did that, by the way. So she was the most prepared, right?
Because you told her
really,
to be.
Really intelligent, because she started doing like the math. Now, the crazy thing is Kelsey Ray overheard that and still didn't prepare. We literally had already spoken to our guides, because we put the whole thing together with these guides. And we said, if anybody asks throughout the entire day, how much longer, like someone who wants to be able to control everything, we told them, we said, you have to say, we're almost there. So even if they ask 20 minutes in, how much longer, we're almost there. We're almost there.
So lie to them.
We're almost there. Okay. Now here's where people got stupid. So we dropped people off. So we planned it to be like this, because the whole thing was I wanted to break people, but like not destroy them, just like I wanted to see where their mindset is, because in business you get really uncomfortable and most people quit.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like The Biggest Loser. If you're not American, I think The Biggest Loser has been in other countries. It is basically, I say was, but I'm pretty sure I heard that they're bringing it back. The Biggest Loser was a reality show of people who are extremely overweight, go on a reality show to lose weight, and whoever wins like $1 million or something at the end. They had this trainer, they had 2 trainers, but one of them, her name, you've probably heard of her, her name is Jillian Michaels. That's what she would say. She would be like, I'm gonna break you, I'm gonna da-da-da-da-da.
I don't care if you both die on this floor. You better die looking good.
And then she would disguise it, just as Boss Lee just fucking did here. She would be like, oh, it's just about mindset, because like if you can't handle me, then you must not be in the right mindset. And it's like, you just made that person throw up 50 times and now they're dehydrated and need an IV.
If you do not throw up right now, we're gonna have problems.
That's the kind of shit that Jillian Michaels would put people through, and she would disguise it like this, just like, or downplay it or something. And The Biggest Loser got canceled because it was so abusive, and the people at the end would come out like malnourished. And then most of them ended up gaining the weight back, because that is not a realistic way to lose weight and then like maintain that weight loss. People were losing like 10, 20 pounds a week sometimes. We've been told, when looking into this story that Jessie Lee's telling us right now, that this is a story of abuse. And I'm sitting here like, this sounds exactly like the same kind of shit that Jillian Michaels was saying on Biggest Loser, that ended up getting a lot of criticism for being straight up abusive. But she wants to break people. Like, who the fuck are you, Jillian Michaels? Like, seriously. And Jillian Michaels is a piece of fucking trash anyway, so I guess they're meant for each other.
In business and in leadership, people quit on you, and then people do this blaming thing all the time. Like, losers blame people. And I wanted to find out where my losers are. I want to find out who my winners are. I want to see who people are with super strong mindsets. I wanted to get really clear on who I am rocking with in this business, okay? So we planned to make them walk 5 kilometers in direct sunlight on the side of a Colombian road. 40-minute drive into the middle of nowhere. And the van, by the way, I forgot to mention this. The van had just enough seats for 16 people. So people were crammed in there like sardines. And I said, I suggest you don't talk. I suggest you use this time to sleep and stay cool. When they should have listened. They were dumb. Not everyone was dumb, but not everybody was sleeping. And certainly people were talking, which makes them hotter, and they were not resting. Dumb. You need to listen to instructions. When the leader.
Hey, Jessie Lee, is it possible that no one like necessarily expected you to just be straight up lying to them through this? Somehow people didn't expect the worst out of you, perhaps. She's like, no, they were dumb. No, they just didn't expect that you were such a fucking monster. Like, what the hell?
So I was trying to give them hints all along the way.
Just tell them.
Water. I was trying to tell them, like, if you feel like you're prone to bugs, you know, be ready for this, okay? So some of you are like, I'm out. Like, never mind. Don't want to join her team. Listen. All right. So we drop off and we get out, and we're literally in the side of a road in sticker bushes. And immediately there's some people like, and I'm like, put your hiking boots on, man. I don't know what to tell you. Courtney was all excited. She's like, should I put the pants on now? Should I put the pants on later? I'm like, I don't know. If you want to put pants on now, you can. I'm not putting pants on right now. I think it's a little hot right now. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We're about to be at the hottest part of the day. So Courtney was like, yeah, what about, I got some extra this, some extra stickers. Like, she's putting all this, because she was bug spraying. She was prepared with that. I'll give her that. I was like, I wouldn't put pants on if I were you, okay? But anyway, she was really excited though. And so we're on the side of the road, and I literally mean the side of a road, okay? So cars are zoom, zoom, zoom right here. I'm like, get in line, get in line. So you got people who are scared of heat. They're scared of exercise. They're scared of they're going to dehydrate. They're scared of motorways.
They should be
scared of all this, okay? And so we're walking on the side of the road, and I'm just like, get it going, you know? Like, I knew how far we were going in the direct sunlight. Not that it mattered, but I was like, here we go. Now now look, I did actually over prepare. All right.
Of course you did.
Water for 18 hours. So I brought 5 liters of water, because if you don't know about me, I'm a freaking camel. So my book bag was really heavy, which I was like, damn it. But I was like, let's go. Like, I'm not going to dehydrate, because you don't want to see me dehydrated. All right. So I'm just going. Sasha and I are chatting. 15 minutes into this freaking walk, walk. 3 people are like, I gotta pee. One of which is Courtney. Now, Courtney's like in such an excited mood that she like runs into the woods. Like, I can see. And then she runs out, right? She runs out after 2 people who like moseyed into the woods. Okay. And I'm like, oh, they should not be moseying anywhere, because we have a really, really long way to go.
If you have a really long way to go, wouldn't you rather them save their energy and just mosey a little bit? Because the other girl went running, and it's like, that's maybe a waste of energy. Maybe the ones who are moseying, that's maybe a better idea.
They're in the woods. And I don't know, man, they were like, a long time. I'm like, this is bad. This is bad for momentum. I literally know that we have at least 15 hours left of this, but whatever. Because for me also, one of the little keys, because I do all these crazy hikes and, go to the Middle East, and I'll hike through the desert and whatever. Like, when you have to pee and you know it's going to be really hot, don't pee. Like, let your body like sweat out the water. Just that's not
whoa. I'm not a medical professional, but I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you can get a full bladder and then sweat piss out of your pores. I'm pretty sure that that's not how that works. Now, maybe she's just suggesting like drink the water, sweat it out before it can get to your bladder, and then you'll never have to pee. I don't know if that's how that works. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I have no biological knowledge in that way, or at all, really. This just seems off to me. So here we are. She's giving people bladder infections. Okay, cute. Let's go.
I'm literally on the side of the road. All these cars are like going by, like whatever. And then it's hot. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You're on asphalt. It's the dead heat of the equator. We're in Cartagena, okay? And we're just going. And then first person goes like, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It was 25 minutes into this walk, and somebody literally is done. And I look at Sasha. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I told them for the last 90 days to go to the gym. Like, literally, and so I'm mad. I'm checking my emotional intelligence, because I'm like, are you kidding me? We've done nothing. We've literally walked on a straight road. And this person starts blaming. She's like, well, we're on a hill. I'm like, I see hills nowhere. We're in Colombia. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? And then I start getting mad. I'm like, what? And then this person starts to mention, well, I have diabetes. I got to check my blood sugar. And Sasha and I look at each other like, nobody mentioned diabetes. Like, we might actually kill people on this trip. Like, we literally thought that I was like, oh my God. He's like, do you have your blood sugar monitor? I don't know why I'm still walking, because we were definitely not walking, which was pissing me off. Anyway, so she takes out the blood sugar thing. Her blood sugar's at 243. And I'm like, are you serious right now? How is your blood sugar at 243 if you're diabetic, you know? I'm like, I don't even understand this. Sasha, I don't even know what that means, by the way. I don't know anything really about diabetes. Sasha's like, how is this your sugar? Like, what are you eating? She goes, well, I got off the bus and I had a candy bar because I was tired. And Sasha's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, I mean, I don't know what kind of diabetes this person has, but I mean, there are diabetics that like have to continually eat sugar, right? Type 1 diabetics, sugar can often be your friend when you're having a hypo, so like when your blood sugar is low, obviously, and need to boost your blood glucose levels, right? And I'm pretty sure like if you're tired, like that is a symptom of being hypoglycemic, isn't it? Because every once in a while, like I've gotten like little flashes of hypoglycemia here and there, like not very often, but I've had them before, and it's just, you feel so drained, you feel like you need to lay down, like, and if she's diabetic and she ate a candy bar, don't get all up on a diabetic for eating sugar if they need sugar. If they are a type 1 diabetic, they might need that shit to survive, especially if they know that they're gonna be on a 2-hour hike, to be like, are you kidding me? Oh my god, I can't believe your blood sugar is so high right now. Like, we're talking about life or death here. Just imagine being a diabetic stuck in the middle of nowhere in South America. You can't do anything. Like, I hope that this person brought some diabetic friendly snacks. I mean, I'm sure they did if they, you know, prepared, but they probably didn't bring enough. They were expecting a 2-hour hike and this is what they got.
He's like, you're diabetic. Like, why? Why did you have a candy bar? You know?
There's 2 types of diabetes, Jesse. And guess what? Some diabetics need sugar.
And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, and I'm like, contraband, contraband, contraband. So then, so then one of our little tour guides takes her book bag, right? And I'm like, taking your book bag, this is for the week, right? And I start trying to coach her through it. I'm like, one step in front of the other, all right? And I'm like, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's kind of fast.
Not fast. But I'm like, get it going, girl, get it going. So, whoa, so then I'm like looking up ahead and I see that there's a commotion. All right, and then one of our Colombian tour guides in his flip-flops, mind you, starts in flops, literally in flops. He's running, and I'm like, oh my God, somebody else is down for the count. What is going on? This is, you gotta be kidding me. It's been 45 minutes at this time, 45 minutes. And I know this is a 15-hour situation, guys. 15 hours, we're just getting started. Yeah, okay. I was getting a little spicy. All right. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is happening right now? And I look up ahead, you know, I don't have binoculars, but I'm pretending. Okay. So I look up ahead like this and I see someone on the ground, like literally on the ground. I'm like, no way. Like, this is actually impossible. Somebody's on the ground. And they're like, I'm overheating. It's so hot. I can't walk this long. I'm like looking at Sasha, looking at Mateo, looking at Sasha, looking at Mateo. Mateo's like, I can tell the little Colombian man is talking he's speaking in Spanish to Mateo. Like, why are these gringos falling over? Like, I want to know what's going on.
So you have like a bunch of presumably white people hiking in the middle of nowhere, falling over. You've got some dude shouting derogatory comments at you with not enough water, not enough food, blood sugar, not doing good things. You got 2 people on the ground.
Our pets' heads are falling off!
I think I have to take a break and get this little dude some food. I'm pretty sure he's asking for pizza, which we don't have, but we do have bagel bites. So, I'll be right back. Okay, babies are fed. I was like the whole time I was making children food, I was desperate to get back to this. I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next?
Why are these gringos, like, this is 2 gringos in a row, okay? Like, you could tell he was just like, I'm very confused. Like, what are we doing here? Because they knew how long it was gonna be too. And you could tell that the tour guides were like, this ain't gonna be good. And then so I told Sasha and Taylor, I'm like, what are we gonna do? Like, do we call, like, is there a 911 for Colombia? Like, this person's on the ground, says they're we're checking their blood, their pulse, everything. This person's not diabetic. Thank God. I thought we were gonna have 2 diabetics. I'm like, oh God, nobody told us anything, right?
Diabetic or not, she needs medical attention. Like, who gives a shit what their medical diagnoses are, if they even have them? They're on the floor. Fucking help them. You know what the thing is that this is confusing me because Jessie Lee is up here being like, it was just a flat walk. Like, it's not like it was a hike. She even like went out of her way to say that it wasn't even on a hill, especially because I think this recently happened, but I looked up temperatures in Colombia right now. The highs are, and you know, depending on where you're from, this actually sounds like really nice weather to me, but in Colombia right now, it seems to be pretty rainy there, but highs are like in the 60s, high 60s, low 70s, which if you're hiking in direct sunlight, like, yeah, that's gonna make some people a little bit warm. To me, that sounds beautiful, but that's because I'm used to 120 degree summers, so, but that's not everybody. That's not most people, really. So yeah, I mean, 45 minutes in direct sunlight when you're gonna start getting kind of warm, and presumably they're carrying water and other heavy things. This is just like miserable. And you're laughing about harming people. You're laughing about people passing out due to sun exposure. Did you make sure they brought enough sunscreen? Like, are people gonna be fried? I don't know, man.
Anyway, long story short, we had to call an emergency motorcycle 45 minutes into the walk, okay, on the side of the road. I'm like, there's no way, man. No freaking way. So anyway, the rest of the group keeps going ahead. We push ahead and we walk the entire direct sunlight. Like, I don't know how hot it was, whatever. I don't really care. It's just heat, okay? It's all in your head.
No, it's not all in your head. Okay, excuse me. Hi, Phoenix native here. People die in our summers every fucking year because they think, oh, it's just heat. It's all in my head. They have that same mindset, Boss Lee, and guess the fuck what? They have to be airlifted off of Camelback Mountain, airlifted to a fucking hospital, or else they die. And a lot of times they do. It's not just heat. And while, yeah, 115, 120 degrees is gonna probably kill you a lot faster just based on temperature alone than like 70 degrees. But that aside, heat is not just in your head. It's not just a mental thing. If your body is overheating, you can't just like make it stop just by thinking about it. You can't just be like, okay, and now I'm in Antarctica and it's so cold. You can't do that. That your body doesn't work that way. She should know this. She probably does know this.
But we get to the bird place and there are birds everywhere, like peacocks and flamingos and all kinds of stuff. It was actually really cool. But we're inside this thing. We were supposed to have 2.5 hours. We start realizing we spent an hour on the side of we're at least an hour behind. We're like, this is really bad. Like, this is actually really bad. I know it was not really that hot. It was just sunlight. And we all had hats on, so I don't know, but neither here nor there. So we get to the bird place. Bird place is really cool. And then we have to keep walking, okay? So we got to keep going. So this is probably 5-6 hours in or something like that at this point. And then so we're walking, you know, we're chatting. We're walking and we're chatting. We're walking and we're chatting with everybody. And then they think we go to a beach. I mean, we did go to a beach. All right. So we went to a beach and they were like, oh, is this where we put the bathing suits on? Is this where we put the bathing suits on? And I'm like, actually, Courtney said that. Are we going swimming? This is Courtney. Are we going swimming? I'm like, Courtney, no, I wouldn't put your bathing suit on right now. Oh, Courtney's watching. So perfect. So she's like, are we going to go to the beach? It's still very hot outside because it's probably, I don't know, 5 o'clock or something like that. And I'm like, I wouldn't yet, because the whole point was we were going to make them walk 2 miles, okay, on the beach. We're going 2 miles
That's
on the
hard.
beach. I don't know what the question was, but, oh, okay. So 2 miles on the beach, and then we were taking them rock climbing. All right, so these people are already like very stressed out.
So let me get this straight. Okay, so they've been walking for, what did she say, 5 to 6 hours, which, you know, she says is a flat walk. But I mean, if people are passing out 45 minutes in, I don't think it's just a flat walk. Like, there's got to be some hills or inclines or something that's making people pass out. So you make them do that for 5-6 hours. Even if you're walking flat for 5 or 6 hours, that's gonna make you tired. But no, now she's like, okay, now we got 2 miles on a beach, walking 2 miles in sand. Their feet probably already hurt so bad, but now let's throw those calves in, baby. Walking in sand, you walk like 100 feet and you're like, I'm done. That water's really pretty. I'm not going any further. My calves are on fire. I mean, just a basic ass day at the beach is enough to wear people out, but let alone making them walk 2 fucking miles, dude. Oh my God.
We're walking them on the beach. They're starting to like, oh, maybe we're going to go to a private beach. So they're kind of excited again. Ooh, a private beach. And Mateo and I are just laughing at each other. Sasha's just laughing. Rendy's over here. Rendy, I can tell, can't believe she's exercising. We get to this rock wall, and I mean, you could tell that there was some panic in the air. Then they had to get like on all fours. They had to actually climb up these walls. People are freaking out. Jamie Lynn is even like, I can't do this. I literally don't think I can do this. I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. And then she starts talking to herself positively. She's like, I can do this. I'm strong. I trust my body. And they're throwing themselves on the rocks, and they're having like not fun, but they were hiking up the rocks. And then because we were so far behind, we're supposed to be a point that was going to be pretty scary for everybody, where we did get to it, but then we couldn't go because the tide was too high. They were going to have to get totally soaking. They were kind of going to get thrown against the rocks at the same time that they hold on to the rocks and kind of like scale the rocks like I've done in Austria before, but not quite so extreme, but enough to scare the piss out of them, okay? So they went, so we were going to go then around and up, and there was going to be a place to watch the sunset, but because the tide was so high, we weren't able to do that in Colombia, but that's okay. So we turned back around. We head back down the rocks. People, again, are kind of like losing their minds a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, people are super scared. They're jumping over the rocks and stuff like that. You can tell they're a little scared. They're going to fall into the ocean.
I mean, did you provide them with safety equipment? Like, I mean, I've never been rock climbing, but, or like even like extreme hiking like this, I guess. Like, don't you need like harnesses? Are you just about to fucking free fall off a cliff? Is that what we're talking about here? Because she's like, ha, losers. They're so scared. Yeah, I'd be scared too. Especially near the ocean. Like, are the rocks wet? Are they slippery? Like, this is dangerous. She's already had 2 people like pass out, and now if you're not careful, you're gonna have someone fall off a fucking cliff. But let's just see how dedicated these people are. And if they're not dedicated enough to make it through my course, then I don't want them on my team, right, Boss Lee? Oh God.
As the waves just kept crashing and crashing and crashing. And then we told them to stop. So then we're like, all right, we're gonna go walk on the beach. So then we went another 2 more miles on the beach.
How is this camera angle better than what it was before? I know that's like not the point of anything, but like now I'm annoyed. I was pissed off before, but now I'm pissed off and annoyed.
So two full miles on the beach, and I could hear them saying like, oh, my calves. Oh, my ankles are weak. Oh, and I'm like, keep it moving. And we're setting the pace. Some people were like really scared. They were like, oh gosh, we sit down on the beach. The bugs start coming out. So I don't like sitting there, but that's fine. We watched the sunset together. It was super gorgeous in Colombia. And then we get back up again and we start walking again. Now, here's where it got really interesting for me. They thought we were done. This is one of the first times that they were like, okay, it's not a 2-hour hike. We're on like hour 8 or 10, but everything's okay. It's not too bad yet, but this is not what we were expecting, right? And you could tell that they thought we were done. We're not done. We stop and we tell them, hey, we're going to eat here. So then they start bringing out raw meat, and we build a fire, and on a grill, we grill chicken and beef and grilled pineapple, and there were potatoes.
That sounds delicious.
We ate off of literal leaves. And Rendy's actually had sand on it. So Rendy had some chicken tenders, basically, but that's okay. It fell into the sand. And they were actually excited. By then they were kind of like, yeah, this is cool. Like, I'm adaptable. I'm good. Like, I can do anything. You could tell that they were starting to shift into more powerful versions of themselves at this point. But then they definitely thought we were done. And then we said, surprise. Now, this is right around 11 p.m. So you tell me in the, she said my chicken was super crunchy. Tell me in the chat, in the comments, what color is the sky generally at 11 p.m. in the evening? Give me a color pattern that happens around, midnight, 11 p.m. Like, what color are we looking at? That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Sky. Black, dark. Jacqueline, black, 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 black. The sky's pitch black. Pitch black. No one's around us, complete seclusion. We're not like on the beach with people, guys. We took them to a completely secluded area, all alone. There is nobody. You can't scream and get safety. We put them in complete seclusion from the world.
This sounds like a lot of those like scary like true crime stories now. People are bringing you into the wilderness in the middle of the night, and then they're like, no one can hear you scream. It's like Hills Have Eyes shit. It's interesting to me that she said they had a tour guide. So it's like, so the people like regularly do this extreme of hiking out in Colombia? Like, what is this? This is kind of freaky.
No one's coming to help you. Nobody's coming to save you. Good luck. Okay. Which already would panic some of you, right? And so then I say, hey guys, we're going to get in the boat. And you could see a lot of these people on their faces were like, why are we getting on a boat almost at midnight? And I'm like, come on, shorties, let's go on a boat. Okay, because I knew it was going to happen. So then we drive out on a boat for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We're now in the middle of the ocean. And I know some of you have a fear of what? Of, you know, the ocean, of deep water. Thank you for your order, by the way. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that shit's scary.
Middle of the ocean, pitch black, nothing to see but stars, no lights anywhere. We're not near towns. We're not near people. We're not near villages. We're in the middle of the ocean, pitch freaking black. And the boat stopped. And I go, okay, jump off. And they're like, what? And I said, jump.
Did you give them life vests? Like, seriously? Oh my God. Okay. My husband and I went to Hawaii for our honeymoon. This was over 10 years ago. I distinctly remember, because we went snorkeling, and they took us to this little, like, crescent island thing. The moment I jumped in the water, I freaked out. I started freaking out. I'd never done that before. I'd never experienced this kind of, like, weird body freak out before. It was horrifying, and the water was way deeper than I thought it was gonna be. And this was during the day, okay? It was cloudy out, so it's not like it was like bright sunny. Obviously, you know what it's like when it's cloudy outside. Like, hello. Add in that factor of darkness there. Fuck that. No way. Like, are you serious? That is so scary. You don't know what's in those waters. You're in the middle of the ocean and you're telling them to jump in. Did you prepare them to be swimming? What if anyone here can't swim? You told them to prepare and go to the gym 90 days ahead of time. Did you tell them to go swimming? You know, some people don't know how to swim, Jesse. The thing about Boss Lee is, like, she really tries to make it like, if you can't make it through this, you're a wuss. I'm telling you, like, this water, open ocean experience that I had, it was something that I was not expecting. First of all, my body freaked out, wasn't expecting it, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. The person, when I jumped in the water, our little tour guide person was just like, it's okay, like, apparently it happens a lot. They made it sound like, oh yeah, this happens all the time. Like, they knew exactly what was happening to me and they knew what they needed to do. They're just like, okay, just like breathe, like chill out, the feeling will go away, and it did. But this wasn't in the middle of the night when it's pitch black. Oh my God, no, because you can't see how deep the water is underneath you. And if you're in the middle of the ocean, it's pretty normal to assume that it's very, very deep and you don't know what's in there. It's just so scary. But, like, you can't talk shit about people having, like, an actual fucking physical reaction to something like this. It happens to people and they don't expect it.
Jump into the ocean. At midnight, I said, jump into the ocean. So they have their life vests on.
Okay.
And you could see they're like, some of them were like, nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is cold. It is pitch black. I do not jump into black water. I do not jump into deep water. I do not jump into the ocean, period. Hell no. But I didn't just take them to deep water. I actually took them to plankton. Oh,
Plankton?
nice.
Like the glowing kind?
Yeah. Plankton glow as soon as you touch them. So they jumped off of the boat into plankton, and everywhere they moved, you see green glowing all over the place.
That's pretty. That sounds beautiful, actually.
It was everywhere. It was everywhere. You can't even capture it on camera. You can probably Google it and try and check it out. It'll do it no justice. It glows everywhere. And we were laughing so hard. We're screaming. Everybody got off. Everybody ended up jumping in. Everybody was laughing, crying, having so much fun. We're looking up at the stars. It's like the crystal clear sky because there's no light pollution and it wasn't a full moon or anything. We were completely joyful. Everyone's like, oh my God. And then Brittany Anderson started talking about under the sea at the Krabby Patty and whatever. We were laughing so hard. We get back in the boats. We head back and we debrief. So they started talking about how grateful they were for, for the warm water, how grateful they were for, the hard day where their bodies hurt and they thought they were going to give up. So grateful that they kept pushing and, for fresh water to drink and for all this stuff, right? For the food that we ate. And so they started having a lot of gratitude towards this stuff and they really thought we were done. As a matter of fact, Courtney was like, I really thought for a minute there that we were going to spend the night here because we really made it seem, like, oh shoot.
It's already in the middle of the night. It's midnight, dude.
We weren't done though. Okay. And after we went through the debrief, which was really awesome. And I actually hammered these people about, like, I did mean to be like this. I told them about the disappointment for their physical health, the disappointment for how much they have not been taking care of their bodies, the disappointment for clearly not eating well and taking care of themselves. I really told them, like, I didn't keep anything from them about that.
You are sitting there telling people that you're disappointed in their physical body, in the way that their body handled, literally, what did she say? She said like 8 hours of physical activity. Like, that is not normal. That's above expectations for most people, especially most people who are just in an MLM trying to sell some fucking ketones. These are not professional athletes. Sure, a professional athlete could probably do something like this pretty easily, but hey, Jessie Lee, these are boss babes. These are not Olympic athletes. Even if you trained like every day the way you're supposed to for 90 days, I don't think that would prepare you for this kind of thing properly. And good for you, Jessie Lee, for going on these excursions out in, where did she say she was at? In Austria or something, doing some cliff, like, congratulations. That's great. That's cool that you're an adrenaline addict, but like, not everyone is. And just because someone is not an adrenaline addict doesn't make them more or less dedicated to your fucking network marketing ketone bullshit.
As soon as we're done the debrief and I kind of like get on these people and we have a leadership lesson, I'm coaching them a little bit, really powerful stuff. Sasha, funny Sasha, goes, yeah, and now we're going to take you guys to your hotel. We're going to take you where you guys are going to stay tonight. The hotel you'll be staying at is called the Million Stars, aka I made them sleep, whether they were prepared or not, on the beach in Colombia, in Cartagena. 2 of our guides had to stay up all night long because it's apparently actually extremely dangerous. You could be kidnapped or whatever. It didn't happen, no problem. We didn't feel in danger.
Excuse me. Just the cherry on top of this trip, right? She's just like, apparently it's like really dangerous. Like, what if someone was coming up the beach, just like, you're gonna kidnap some ladies? That is a big risk. Imagine if any of the things that could have gone wrong went wrong. She could have killed somebody who was diabetic. She could have killed someone by heat exhaustion. Someone could have fallen off a cliff. Someone could have drowned. Well, I mean, they had life vests, but still, someone could have drowned. Someone could have gotten kidnapped on a beach. And if you're one of the 2 people who had to stay up all night, what was your plan of action if someone was coming up the beach to kidnap some girls? What was your plan then? What were you gonna do? Tell them to stop? That, to me, seems like a risk that probably shouldn't be taken. Probably not. And she's like, no big deal, it didn't happen. Yeah, but hey, what if it did, though? Did you ever think of, like, what if it did? You're toying with people's lives here, Jessie. Like, you are not God. You don't get to throw these people into situations that are straight up life or death. Something really bad could have happened here. And she's just like, I just wanted to see how dedicated everyone was. Excuse me? This ain't it, sis. This is not the way to do that.
It was flipping amazing. And I will tell you, you start having gratitude for everything. Kelsey
bet.
Ray was really pissed off. I could see it on Rox was really mad. Rox from Mexico was super mad. They weren't prepared, right? We told them, have warm weather clothes. They thought we were kidding. So Kelsey had to sleep just in her bathing suit bottoms, which is not awesome when it's like, 70 degrees outside and you're on the ocean. I slept like a freaking angel. It was amazing. So, and then the next morning we wake up, we have fresh fruit, we get on the boat, we walk back, no shoes allowed. We walk through the city of Cartagena, no shoes. And we get back to the house and I had massage therapists waiting for all 16 people. I paid for full body massages for an hour and 15 minutes for every single person. And literally their whole lives are changed. So for the better. So the pictures, the video, everything, like, it does it no justice. My whole lesson in all of that to them and to you as well, if you're listening to this and watching this, is you guys, if you're wondering why your life keeps sucking, you're not putting yourself in positions to grow. Okay, you're literally not. You're not putting yourself in positions to grow. You have to force yourself to have pain in order to grow. Physical pain is how muscles grow. Mental pain is how your mind grows. Emotional pain is how you grow emotionally intelligent. All this stuff. So,
but like, nowhere in that is the requirement of needing to put yourself in harm's way to the point where you might get kidnapped and like human trafficked. But maybe that's just me.
I'm very successful. Facts are facts, okay?
That was the end of the video. Like I mentioned earlier, there was another half to this video that I watched on DC's YouTube page. You should go watch her. She always has the most interesting stuff to cover, dude. There's another part to this video where she's just like going off about Airbnbs. Yeah, this whole live is just wild. I'm sure Erin Bees will cover that, so if she hasn't already, she probably did. It's probably in her video with JJ, or I think they did it on a live or something. I'm not really sure. Either way, go check them out. All the people mentioned in this video, go check them out. I'll have them all linked down below too. But holy macaroni, dude. Here's my final thoughts, I guess, if you will. That kind of experience actually doesn't sound that bad. It's a big if there. If you're prepared for it and you know it's coming and you actually want to do that kind of shit. I'm sure it was amazing. I'm sure jumping into the ocean and seeing the water glow around you and looking up at the stars, I'm sure that was an amazing experience, but it's not for everybody. Almost dying multiple times to get to that point. She made it sound like, oh, this was just growth. It was amazing. They came out changed. They were different people. It's like, but you didn't prepare them for that, and you didn't even let them make that choice. This kind of little excursion, there are people out there in the world who would love to do that. If I was in shape, I'd probably like to do it too. Maybe, possibly. There are some good parts to that I'm like, okay, sure, yeah, you know, you're gonna be pushing yourself to your limit, and that's okay if you're prepared for it. You cannot tell people, hey, just 2-hour hike, it's gonna be a nice easy hike, 2 hours done, and then take them through that shit. Really? The amount of things that could have gone wrong, to me, I'm like, that's not worth it, dude. That's scary. Anyway, that was that. Real quick before we end this video, I just want to thank our patrons and our members here. Guys, the list of people I'm about to name off are my financial supporters. They get access to things like our private Discord server, we have a postcard club, and sometimes even more than that. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join our YouTube memberships. They're both the same, just whatever you want to join with, whatever you're more comfortable with. And with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Hula Chowdown, Amanda Shannon, Christy Taylor, Elizabeth Wyatt, Nitty Dragon, Leanne, Meredith Nakata, Ryamu, Sheila Tapia, Willow Raymond, Alice W., Boris Geller, Caroline Reed, Daniel Urena, Heidi Ha, Jacqueline Nutton, Kim Cartwright, Maddie Darley, Marley Fletcher, Ray, Tuesday the 13th, Turd Ferguson, Baby Pink Pearl, Martine Hubert, Fallon Lowry, Hannah, Little Birdie, Miss Blue, Blazed Goddess, Carrie K, Vegan Chicky Nuggy, Love to Be Evil, Natalie Scott, Colin F, The Best Elephant, Jessica Billhart, Laura Jensen, Mitchie84, Jess Kronfeld, Emion, and Auntie Lou, and to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. Even if you're not a financial supporter, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I super duper appreciate it. Also, there was a new person I read, Baby Pink Pearl. If you're watching this, can you please either send me an Instagram DM or an email to the email I have on my YouTube channel. Let me know what your address is so I can mail you a Valentine's card. Thank you. Yeah, that's that there. Keep making waves, babes. I will smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami out.